Welcome to another episode of Amazon Legends. My next guest used to be a traveling salesman and he turned Amazon seller. Now, that transition is quite a transition, and he's going to tell the story himself in a second. It's very inspiring, and yeah, I can't wait to hear it from him. I already heard it, but it's such a powerful story. So, today he's the Chief Revenue Officer of TraceFuse and an active seller of supplements, one of the hardest categories on Amazon. And TraceFuse is a service that removes negative product reviews. So, this is something that you are going to want to hear about. So, and when he's not working, he likes to ride motorcycles, still
Yep.
riding motorcycles, and he likes outdoor activities. So with that, everybody, meet my guest, Danan Coleman. Welcome to the show, Danan.
Thank you, Nick. Good to be here. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it very much.
So today, you're going to share extremely valuable knowledge with us, which is all about removing negative product reviews, which is every seller needs.
Yep.
This is despite everything you hear about, no, that's it, they are there to stay. It is possible to remove them, but there is a methodology to follow. And if done correctly and precisely, what you're going to share with us actually has a success rate of, what I have a note of here is 5 to 15%.
Yep.
So this is what we're going to cover today. So we're going to walk through the entire methodology of what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So you don't want to miss a second of this conversation and learn from Danan. In the meantime, before we start that, share with us your story of how you went from being a traveling salesman to an Amazon seller, and an Amazon seller that's doing very well. So where did that come from?
Yeah. So 2010, I was a traveling salesman for a chiropractic consulting company. And one day on my way to work, I worked in the office and traveled every other week, right? On my way to work, I was riding my motorcycle, and a school bus coming the opposite direction basically made a left turn right in front of me as I was entering the intersection. And, I looked at the driver looked through me, I thought at me, and proceeded to start turning. And that's when I went, oh dear. So, fast forwarding through a few details and what felt like a lifetime to me, I ended up hitting the side of the bus at an angle, and, broke 10 bones, ruptured spleen, kidney, lung, and stuff like that. Few bruised pieces and broken pieces. And so I was no longer able to travel for work. And so by the time I got out of the hospital, I'm quite literally a cripple. I am crippled and in a wheelchair and stuff like that. So I had to figure out how to make money. And I started by offering my ability to sell to anybody that I could. In the meantime, my wife is, because we now no longer have any income, she is literally selling everything out of the house, starting with all my stuff out of the garage. What was left of the motorcycle, we sold that for parts. It was basically just the bottom 3/4. All my tools, all my toys, everything. It was just all going to pay for bills. And eventually, what I had a friend contact me and say, yeah, I just put this supplement on Amazon. And it was from the sister company of the company I was working for before I got ran over, right? And I went, well, shoot, can I sell it? And he's like, yeah, sure. And, $10 a bottle. And we were selling them for $24.95 at that time. Right. And I'm like, I'm in. So, and leading up to this, my wife had basically figured out, this is pre-Facebook Marketplace. So we're selling on Craigslist and eBay, right? My wife had figured out that it was the very first image that was what made the sale, because it would get the clicks, right? So she figured that out, and we applied that to Amazon. And this is at a time when Amazon FBA was, I believe, an invite-only program. I didn't even know about it, right? So we got invited in 2011, 2012, something like that, right? Obviously after they'd done some testing. And PPC what didn't even exist. And there were listings on there that had only one image or even 0 images, right?
Mhm.
So we sell this supplement. We do a really good image, and we're selling like hotcakes. You know, it was going really well. And then another company, another supplement company, came up to us and said, "Hey, would you sell this supplement?" And we said, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And you know, we eventually, that's what we did. Eventually, what our model became was, oh, and just to back it up for a second, we were selling the supplement because we're on the verge of medical bankruptcy, right? So we're selling the supplement before we had the inventory, and after we made the sale, I would go down the street to where the inventory was, buy it, pack it, and ship it. So we were selling with 0 inventory. You might call it drop shipping, but
Well, it's
that's,
called just-in-time inventory.
yeah, just in time inventory. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I would list the products and
yeah,
then receive orders and then turn around, place a purchase order, and my suppliers would ship either the same day or the following day to me because I would buy in bulk and
yeah.
then receive the PO, break it up, and then ship out the orders we had to fulfill.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool. So very, yeah, exactly. That's what I
Yeah,
was doing. A little more simple than that because it was a buddy of mine right down the street, you know, so I didn't
yeah,
have to,
yeah.
there was no shipping to me. I just went and
But
got it.
under your own label, you had created your own brand, or were you just reselling theirs?
We were reselling theirs. In
Okay.
fact, that's what we do to this day with the supplements that we sell. It's not even private label. So
Oh,
my model today is we have an exclusivity agreement with the manufacturer of the supplement. We get the product on consignment, and once a month we do the numbers and say charge us for this much and send this much inventory in, and here's the label. And that's the extent of the work. We don't even run ads today. Not that I suggest or even condone that to people. I'm just
yeah.
telling you, like, it is technically possible that if you get a contract like this with some brand that's well known enough that people are searching for it, like, I, I haven't seen it a lot recently, mostly because I don't do my own searches, but Amazon goes out and buys Google ads to send the traffic to Amazon, and they'll buy for brands. So they
Yeah.
used to, so they used to buy Google traffic for the product that I was selling and run it to Amazon, even though I wasn't paying for ads.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the subject of our discussion today, but for my
Sure.
listeners, I want to say that this is definitely a valid business model. The it You are categorically you are a reseller,
Yep.
but you're not competing with another seller and then getting into this buy box battles to drive the price down. You
Yep.
are the only seller, but you have to have an exclusive agreement with the brand. And there are so Danan, there are a lot of brands who that they're just manufacturers. They've been in
Yep.
business a long time. They
Yep.
created their brand, and they have no interest in selling directly to consumer. And at the
Correct.
same time, they want that piece of the pie
Yeah,
that
they know that
online
Amazon
retail.
has value, right?
Yeah, exactly. And also, being on Amazon as a product, being on Amazon has a lot more value than just the sale that you
Yeah.
generate. It's the presence of
Yes.
being on Amazon because a lot of people they go look up on Amazon. If the
Yep.
product is not there, it means something. If the product is there, they look up the history of the product. So if you search for those brands, they may be listed on Amazon, nobody is selling it, or if you strike up a deal, then you get the exclusive representation.
Yeah.
That's something that is always advisable.
Yep.